Hi and welcome to another Watch Geek video. This is a bit of an unplanned review because this watch was not selected by me for a review, nor did I purchase it for myself. This is actually a present for my wife, and she actually picked it herself and told me that she wants that, so I ordered it. And it's a Cadisen, which is another one of those mushroom Chinese brands that keep popping up and disappearing as fast as they come. And these can be found on GearBest and similar sites where you can purchase these. And I actually was very interested when she selected this watch because if you're a watch person, you know that this looks like a Nomos Lambda. And usually with these Chinese watches, all the additional complications end up being fake. So I was really wondering, and this costed about $50, so I really didn't know what to expect. And when the watch arrived, I was actually surprised that not only is it mechanical and automatic, but it has all the complications displayed on the display actually work. The watch features hand winding and hacking. It also has a quick set date, and like I said, the power reserve indicator. So you have the power reserve indicator at 12 o'clock and it really works. So as I'm winding the watch, as you can see, the needle is going up. And it's amazing that for $50 you get this kind of design, which is very cool. I mean, it really looks a lot like the Nomos Lambda. And you get all these complications. So the power reserve actually works. You have the small seconds hand at 6 o'clock. And like I said, if you pull the crown, you actually hack the seconds. And you have the date over there at the subdial, and it has a quick set date. What I love about this watch is the style, which is, like I said, like the Nomos Lambda. It's very minimalistic, very clean, yet interesting. Another thing that I love about the watch is that the actual complications work, which was something that I was very surprised. And I like the price. Now the things that I dislike are the size, because this thing is 42 with the lug-to-lug of 51. So when I put it on my wrist, although this is really not something that I would wear because it's in this pink gold or rose gold case, but you do have a silver case one. When I put it on my wrist, it really makes my wrist look a lot smaller than it is, because this is the watch has a lot of presence because it's an all-dial design. However, as a ladies' watch, it actually works great because it makes the ladies' wrist look even thinner. And this is the reason why I believe smaller watches are better on men and bigger watches look better on women, because it makes their wrists look slimmer than they are. And this one really does it because it's overwhelming for me. It also has quite a thick case at 14.5, and there is some heft to it because, like I said, it's mechanical. It has a slightly domed, I believe, mineral crystal, so it's nothing special. But I do like the way it distorts the dial slightly, and I love these long blue hands, because as you can see, they really, especially the minute hand, is exceptionally long, because this dial is huge. I mean, if I put my Speedmaster next to it, you can see just how big that is and how long that minute hand is. Now, another thing that I dislike, other than the size, is, well, they did put a display case back, but the movement is kind of decorated in a cheap way, and you can really see it. But again, as an entry-level mechanical watch for the price, it's kind of interesting to actually see the inner workings. The thing that really disappointed me about this watch and made it pretty much useless is actually the bracelet. And as you can see, I already destroyed it trying to make it work. What I'm talking about is that the clasp type is this clicking when you click it and you open it, and that's fine. However, the sizing is done by sliding this through the clasp like so, and then closing this. And although at first it appears just like the sizing on those cheap Casio watches where you have the infinite amount of options to size the watch, it actually isn't the case, because as you can see, this here has this little prong, and that prong needs to sit in one of these channels. If it doesn't, the watch is just going to pop open and slide off your wrist. And this is something we learned the hard way, because my wife actually has a very small wrist, and these notches do not go far enough for her to fit the watch on her wrist. So she just, slide it to the size where she thinks she should wear it, closed it, everything clicked in place, she put the watch on, and within minutes it just slid out and the watch fell on the ground. Luckily, it wasn't damaged, but I realized that unless you put that prong directly into one of these grooves, the buckle is going to open and it's going to slide out. And that's kind of tricky because even if you, so for my wife, she cannot wear it on this bracelet. I'm going to have to put it on a leather or some kind of strap because this is simply not, there are not enough notches. And I tried to make a notch with a screwdriver by hitting the bracelet. However, as soon as I hit it, it just kind of expanded like this because it's very flexible. So that experiment failed. But even if you can fit your size between these grooves, it's really hard to size it because you never see where the actual grooves are. So you kind of have to, try it, like you try to do it, you do an approximation and try to close it to see if it really clicked the way it's supposed to. So this is really a letdown of the watch. Again, like for the price, you shouldn't complain, but in my opinion for this, I really can complain because this pretty much renders the watch useless and unfunctional. So I believe they should switch from this kind of clasp onto something else. I don't know. It does look nice on this bracelet, and my wife chose it because of the bracelet partly, but because of it, she now doesn't wear it. So all in all, an interesting looking watch, and especially in this rose gold version, it really is for ladies, although men can wear the silver one, let down only by the crappy bracelet. Not the crappy bracelet, the bracelet is actually fine, but the sizing system, which is really, really bad. Anyways, like I said, it's about $50 and it's a fun watch, and I will put it on a strap. Now, even the silver dialed version, the silver cased version, is not something I would wear because of the size. It really makes my wrist look silly, as you can see. Now, if they made a 39mm or something like that, because I believe the Nomos Lambda is 39, I believe that would be really cool. But even without that, you really can get a really interesting looking watch where you get to see the power reserve rising and falling, which is pretty cool. Anyways, that's it. Like I said, it was an unplanned review, so sorry for not doing any fancy words or anything. I just wanted to, say a few things about the watch and warn everyone who plans on buying it that unless you really fit within this size range, you won't be able to wear it on this bracelet. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe by pressing this button right here. And until the next video, bye.